Hello everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More. Today I thought I'd show you a design using our multi-strand slide clasps. So these, I've got a 3-strand one here, and they just slide apart. I'm wearing a bracelet, it's 5-strand, and they're all hooked in. This is on tiger wire. But I thought for the one I was showing you, I'd pick out a couple of our fancy chains. So I've got a chain that has some hearts in it. And then I've also got a chain that's just a box link chain. And I went ahead and I attached the one side of them with jump rings. But I've got the 3rd strand here, which I put on tiger wire. And I used the 0.015 tiger wire. It's a little bit more flexible and it'll make the bracelet a little more flexible. But threaded up my beads. These are 3mm beads with a 2mm crystal in between. And we'll just get started here. I'm going to put 2 crimp beads on. Now these slide clasps, they got used a lot for bead loom work because you could tie warp threads off to them. There's now a better option in that there's the slide ends that you slide your last row of beadwork into instead, and they work much better than these guys do, but these are still around and they still get used for a lot of different projects, especially when you need multi-strand clasps. So I'm just running it back through a few of my beads. I've just crimped the end on. And we'll just cut it at that point. These 3mm glass pearls are quite dainty looking and they kind of finished it off. All right, so now we're ready to attach everything to the other side. So, biggest thing to keep in mind is that you got to make sure that you attach to the right one. I've done this before where I've attached to the wrong one and I had to take it apart and redo it. I'm working for about a 7-inch finished length, so when I cut my chain, I actually cut them 7 inches long, and I may actually have to cut them a bit. We'll see. So there we go, we got it through a few. One trick to getting it tight is to hold on to the tail end and to pull. And you can pull all the extra spacing out. So just check to make sure there's no gaps in it. And I'm just going to come in and squish my 2 little crimp beads. So these are 2mm crimp beads. All right. That's the one I wanted to make sure I hooked onto the right one. So I can take it apart now and hook the other 2 on. So the other 2 I'm just hooking with jump rings. So I've got a 4mm jump ring here. 2 pairs of pliers. I'm just going to come in and open it up enough to hook it. And close it up. That looks like, if anything, my strand of beads is a bit long, so I may end up having to adjust that at some point. One thing you do want to keep in mind when you're using these clasps is because you have to slide them apart, you want to have a little bit of slack in your bracelet. Like, you don't want it so tight that you can't get it on and off without pinching everything. And all right, there's the 3rd one. So there's the bracelet complete. And if I can get this turned right, these ends just slide together. So there we go. I've got a bit of slack in it, a little more than maybe I should have. that's the bracelet. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good day.